teams on the sidelines. So we basically split the team up into two groups, and we want to get the coaches off the field and get right to the details for the players. Marked all penalties, moved for punts, had field goals, part of it. We want to get that game-like scenario going right for the guys. We'll do a little bit of that again tomorrow, and we'll work some more of that on Friday. So that's the time that the players' time takes up. I want to hear the communication come from them and not from the coaches. But it was a good first session at it, where we're just moving the ball and going through the process. There were penalties there were field goals there. I thought Matt did a nice job, did a couple long ones. We're just getting started on that. So all the little competitions we have. We had a big third down emphasis, third and short today. That was the period we did in the middle of the field, right about the 40-yard line. That was a good session for us. So that was for today. Yesterday from transaction, we returned with Dwight Quinn. He went back to Indy today, and he's going to fly in tomorrow. And then we'll start getting acclimated into the system for starting really from Friday, Saturday, Sunday into next week. So that'll be the plans for that. And now I'll answer any questions you have, and we'll get this thing started.
Update on Coleman's
situation? Yes. Sorry, I should have hit that one. Tevin Coleman had a slight blow with his foot yesterday. He's doing fine. He's going to be doing the rehab run today, and could have him back in limited fashion tomorrow or at the following day. He had a blister there too that compounded it, but he's had a great camp, and I envision him being back in this thing really quick. So nothing more than me using cautionary to get him right back to really being able to go for it.
What plans do you have for Quinn as a
player on the team? Sure. Yep. For us, the role that we'll see him and that I've explained to him is going to be one of our nickel rushers, and so that's the role that we'll feature him, and Adam was part of the team, and that's what he and I discussed, and that's the area that I'm going to put the most focus on.
Was that the pitch during the spring meeting as far as his role?
Yeah, we've kept up, when we got together, and that relationship grew as we've got a chance to communicate more and more. I think it's important for us to share the vision of what we would like a player to do, not just for Dwight, but for all the guys here, and how good they can get and how we can play. So I wanted to make sure he was really clear on that as well.
Can you talk about what he can be as a mentor to somebody like him?
That certainly wasn't the case to bring him in to mentor, but what I can tell you is that anytime a guy's had really good success, there's things to gain from that. And some of that comes from the young player asking those questions too. How can I do that? What might have been a different way to prepare? What does this look mean? So that's the role. We didn't bring him here to coach, bring him here to rush, but for sure, that's a part of it, being part of the team, like all good teammates. Hey, I saw something happen once today on the field. Why did a certain set look like for an offensive lineman? I told the defensive line, what was the tip that gave it away? We've got to be able to share that information amongst our position and on the team. So that's my expectations.
What are the good stats for you?
The good number of snaps, I would think it's our nickel package. You got to figure out where that's going to be. Some of that will depend as we get to know each other more. So I don't have a fixed number. I think some games may be more, some games may be less, depending on the style of offense that we play or the amount of 2-minute and third downs that we see in a game. So I don't know if I'm going to ever go in with a fixed number, but I know we want to make sure we get him ready to be at his best and do the things that he does best.
The red zone offense looked more potent today. Were you happy with what you saw?
There was a big emphasis for us today. We had a bunch of work down there, and last night we installed some more of the red zone routes. So some of the work I'm getting out in the red zone are everyday red zone routes, and some were real specific to the coverage that we get. But I thought specifically Matt and Jacob Tammy hooked up on a couple of good ones. We've got some tough ones to cover. It was a hard day on the D down in the low red zone especially.
How do you think veterans like Julio and Matt are working to bring the team together?
We have a good group, and they're close. And so our whole team, we've got we've got a few leaders that the team has elected to help uphold the standard. So it's not just them, but they've got a number of guys with them. How close can this group get? We want to work as hard as possible, and that brotherhood has to be there to know we're going to push each other to the very limit. And they're two really good examples of guys who not only are really good players, but they put the work in. I think that message for a young player, like, hey man, to be really good, you've got to work. A lot of them have talent. Then, like, where does the effort come in to develop that skill? And then once you have the skill, how hard again you have to work to be a really, really good player. So it's pretty awesome for our team to have these two kind of guys, amongst others, to model that kind of behavior after.
When it comes to line play, what both sides, offense and defense. At what point do you give them to try to jump, especially when you guys from that chemistry? Do you
look at it and say, you'd like to have them at a certain point by this, do you set deadlines, or does it just kind of automatically go in there?
Yeah, I don't think you can force the deadline. You're talking about like a communication amongst a group of offensive linemen. It's a great question, and defensive linemen, right? And also, there's this communication that has to work going against one another too, and like how hard they can go against one another, but always keeping the guys up and playing. As far as the group goes, it happens in here, it happens off the field, it happens in the locker room, and then that communication carries out. Because when you go in the locker room, you hear them talking about the calls, you hear them talking about football. You go through the weight room, hey, on that play, that's when you know the communication is getting really good, because they're taking the communication from field, the classroom, to locker room, to back to the dorm. So those are specifically the things I look for to know that they're getting close, because they're communicating a lot off the field.
Coach, anybody in the rookie class look particularly better today than anybody else? Or maybe the wrong reason?
Yeah, there wasn't anybody from that class that jumped out to me one way or another. He's not a rookie, but I thought, Sims did a nice job at quarterback today on a couple of throws. I'm not calling him a rookie, but he was, a young guy, something to develop. I'm pleased with the draft class in terms of the work ethic they're putting in. So I can't wait to go inside and watch it. Some of the one-on-ones, that's the matchups that we're looking for. Sometimes in the meeting room, we set them up that way. We want to see you against you and go battle for it. So there's good competition across the board today.
One of those rookies, Devin Fuller, is nice catches. Now that he's healthy, how do you feel about his progress?
He's another guy we're asking to go for it, and we're going to also see what he can do in the return game as a kick returner, as a punt returner. So he does look healthy, he does look fast, and for us to see where he can get to, it's going to be an important couple weeks.
How do you plan to measure the success of your team this summer?
Well, first thing we want to see are, can we become an attacking team? And that's the line of scrimmage, the attitude. I was pleased to see we had no turnovers today. That's going to be for us to have and live by the ball. That's got to be the case offensively. Now, conversely, defensively, I don't like that we didn't have them. So in practice, it kind of battles back and forth. But those two things specifically, the way we attack, the way we go after the ball and take care of it, and then thirdly, I want to see these competitions and the roles that some people can establish for themselves. Who's going to be the returner? Who's going to be the guard? Who's going to be, play these specific parts? So there's a lot of competition out there, and those are just a couple of things that I'm going to measure this team in training camp.
Coach, the turnovers.
Go ahead.
Okay, the turnovers. You want to get those up. We saw Ishmael get one out.
Yes. Yes. It is, and I think Ish has a real awareness about the ball. And it also helps, by the way, that he's been in the system a whole year now, so he knows his assignment pretty well. Now he has the extra mindfulness to go after the ball. I think Jerome Henderson and the defense coach have done a pretty good job with Ish and some of the other guys to really have the awareness. The ball for us is everything, and it's got to be the defense continuing to train the offense. Every time for, in that case, Hooper, from the catch to plucking it away, how fast did that transition happen? And so it's great learning going back and forth.
That close, that middle part, okay, I gave up the catch, but
yeah, the play ain't ended. The play is not ended. And I think it can also be, we had a big topic on that last night, as far as the catch going all the way to the ground. That receiver has to demonstrate the catch is going all the way through the ground. So it's the dig for it all the way down to the ground. Because just because he has the catch doesn't mean he's going to end with the catch.
And in terms of development, there's been a thought where players from their second and third year kind of make that jump where they really start to get it as opposed to rookie to second year. Jake Matthews right now, in terms of his development, where exactly is he in terms of making that leap now that he's a rookie?
Yeah, the development one is a great question and one that we're totally committed to. I think sometimes the big guys, you may see, you're exactly right, from 2 to 3, where the line of scrimmage game in the NFL can be different. As opposed to maybe being on the outside. But honestly, that part, the work against one another, it's just another example of a guy going for it. I've seen tremendous improvement in Jake. He's somebody that just keeps getting stronger in terms of, with the certain rushes that come, the way he can punch, he's off to a good start. But I agree with you, the big fellas, it's individualized. Some come in and can pick it up right away, and then there's others it takes maybe a year or two, and all of a sudden they hit their stride and they go.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
You guys have